So, hi everyone! Today in this video, I'm gonna discuss what I think it will be the future of jobs with the emergence of probably one of the most things that's gonna revolutionize our world of jobs since the revolution of the industry in the a lot of time ago already, almost like 300 years. And so I'm gonna develop what's my perspective of see how the jobs will change, and a lot of teams not gonna will change as well. They're gonna disappear with the future of the EA and the development that's gonna happen. So first of all, what do you have to understand? What is the context that we are? We are present in the middle of the technological revolution. Then how we can see it and why I can identify that we're in the middle of this revolution, because we already have seen the emergence of EAs and the paper that they have to be like something that can help us to do work. Some of the people that works in job they require work the computer, they already use some of the AIs, whether it is DeepSeek, whether it is ChatGPT, Gemini, to do some type of work, whether it is to probably generate text to put an email in, probably as well requiring from EA a solution for a specific problem that I'm facing in my job, or obviously we can have other type of jobs that probably can be used by other professionals than we in other time in our species we would so require. Probably when you now we have like a sick, we go for ChatGPT and we ask what we can do for make us better, and having so surpassing this type of sickness that I'm facing it in other area. This will be a job that will be taken from some specific people that were formed in the area of the healthcare, and now we can do this jobs that can replace, but having a paper to make you have uh, some of the value that someone that is a psychologist will get in your life, providing you so materials to work, reflections. You can like put EA as your therapist, and so ask him to do like as approach towards you in order so to treat and to rationalize mainly so some diversions that you could be facing. And so we already facing it. It's they're not some jobs, and the majority of the jobs they are not replacing 100% by EAs, because we still have problems of scalability when you're talking about more the jobs that are made by manually and not just like work in just by computer, that some of them have already been taken. For example, people like with all the need to have like a huge amount of programmers that they they work with, they produce the code now already. So EA, just by asking what we want, they already so produce the code that we want, and we don't require having a lot of people coding it. It's already something that is showing the importance of EA in replacing so some of the jobs that would be taken by persons. But so the scalability is still a problem for probably having to build robots in large scale to do, for example, works in probably as someone that works doing manufacturing. It's something that is still expensive from some type of companies, but the large majority of the high ones they already are taken a lot of the employees, and they've put in so machines to work. Why? They can exist automation, less probability of errors, and so as well in long term we're going to see as well that it has higher productivity at low costs. But so now that we have kind of clarified how you already can see that you have been taken some of the jobs that exist today for the EAs that now so replace it, and we're gonna have like a less need for people to do some jobs. But probably for you what is important to understand, so what are jobs that you should probably not get knowledge and go spend your time to learn, because probably you're not gonna save money because you're not gonna be valuable. EA is gonna do better than you. So what are the jobs that are the jobs that will be taken first by EA? The ones that exist a lot of automation, so it's jobs that have a lot of repetitiveness, and then we can see like manufacturing. We see a lot of these companies that are already replacing it by so EAs. What is the bottleneck yet? It's still the money that a lot of the it requires to kind of get these high machines to do whole the process of manufacturing. But in reality, it is that with the advance of the time, emergence of new companies that have the ability to produce these robots, the price will so have a tendency because a tendency to decrease because more people will be competitizing so to provide their value for the other one, which so is going to balance more the supply and demand forces. And so these people that works miniaturizing probably will be taken. Other thing, people that drivers of Uber, we have taxis, they probably will be replaced because the job is a bit repetitive. The way that they can be taken, like the act of driving, they can be taken by a machine that has the ability to learn, to have sensors, to understand. So if the cars are not close or not, the velocity, it's something that already can be take some a lot of the functions that previous people will have the need to drive a car, and so the drivers will have to do less work and we will reach a time that they will be taken and they will be needed, and so people just have to get the car and not to have like a human driver. Obviously some limitations in terms of how this can be taken in reality, but the pattern is if your job that you're trying to learn and you're trying to apply has a lot of limitation, probably so it's gonna be taken as one of the first ones by EA's automation, and as well a lot of the jobs that are taken in the PC, some of ones that you could think they are technically, but as well they will be taken by EA. And I already have the example of people that worked with code. A code is like the working of producing what? Producing data, producing lines is you can see as creative, but reality is that some of the works that people do with code they already were made previously, and so the EAs already have in database how to do it by other peoples and they do it effectively better than you. And so probably now people that will go for this area they will should focus more in working and improving the EAs other than just competizing what they already do, that is producing data that is asked by someone that is the user, the client. And so you should focus in the other areas in this specific area, that is programming and all this informatic engineering. So we should look for areas that what is difficult to replace because it will need like high scale type of production and have to be physically. So people that works with people that do houses, people that do a lot of these things that they're not easy to be replaced already by EA. It's like a mix of good ability technology jobs that have like a high type of knowledge in technically talking, like probably engineerings, electrical engineerings. They have to go to the house for the people. They have to need so to have a job that's not repetitiveness. It's something that the EA cannot take. And other thing that you have to take care is that probably a lot of jobs that are made in PC, even if they are like technically you can do, like people for example that works with accounting, people that works with emails, the jobs is like writing emails for teams, doing reunions is well something that will be taken. EAs will be do better, they do like and write emails better, they as well have already the ability to have more ability to process inputs a lot better than humans, so they already have EAs that they can like take better notes coming from new reunions if they obviously get access to the data that is so the reunion, the video of this reunion and what was discussed in that. And so a lot of the jobs that are made in the closed environment with just a PC, that is probably something that they will be able to do it. Not just right now, it's something right now that we just see like as something that complements us, but in the future will take totally us. And so in reality is that we already should focus and we have to understand these like cycles. Sometimes some professions are seen as bad because they have a lot of people in some specific era, and so is not perceived as something as good. So people that works in doing the houses, they are seen bad, they're seen as someone that has not like a technical expertise, but the reality is that in the future will be something that will be taken and will something that is more valuable because EAs will not be able in that point and will be like the last type of jobs that will be taken by them, because it's something that, as I've seen, exists a bottleneck or produce in large scale this type of machines that they don't do a repetitive type of task. Other things that are so I will require manual repetitive jobs, the cashiers, the factory workers, the drivers. We have as well basic administrative roles like administrative assistants, junior accountants, data entry clerks are as well something that will be taken because they're basic. They kind of manage a specific methodology that EA, if it learns it, does it faster than you, and so it's something that makes you better. And a lot of, for example, accountants, they work with softwares, and so EAs have a higher ability to deal with these softwares. These type of jobs that are made in machines, they can be learned by EAs, and it's easily to produce because they always have high ability to process data and to produce data in large scale than the persons. Other things, customer service roles as well, call center agents, they have higher ability because they have like a methodology they already developed to deal with the people, and which obviously more thing comes and more they learn about what's the way that humans approach and talks, more they will kind of seem close as a real human, more people will perceive than they will not talking with a person, but in reality they're talking with a EA, but they will not perceive it, so how close the EA is already hard to that. And obviously it doesn't have impatience, we don't feel like hungry after 8 hours of work, they don't show it, so they kind of have a better approach, seems like more they have more a good approach towards the clients, which is something that is determined to make people buy some type of products. And other things as well, retail workers. What will be the jobs of the future? A specialist, so the ones that improve these machines to do better the jobs. Data analysts, they have some limitations, but data analysts are like the people that deals with data, that whether the machine produces or whether machine will be fed on with, so to produce better like their jobs, because having data that's better structured, better clean, and so people that as well cleaning data that EA produce in order to take what is reality is good from what EA produces. Cybersecurity experts, so the ones that will not make me able to other people that are my enemies to get access to, so my data centers that my EAs are fed on, encryption that obviously is important to take care. So technical jobs that are manually made, and it's not easy to create large robots to do these jobs, like nurses and caregivers, mental health professionals is something that as well we need, like psychologists, it's always better than just like a machine. And creative and strategic roles that are the ones that right now EAs they don't do so much better as humans. So digital content creators, UG, UE designers as well. It's like the case I to take is the safest jobs will be these requiring creativity, human connection, and critical thinking. And so the ones that will be taken probably repetitive jobs, jobs that people and the EAs was going to beat because they have higher ability to process inputs and ability to produce outputs that like have repetitiveness to be, so what are type of outputs needed and inputs as well that I receive. So I expect this video makes you a bit more smarter to choose better your career, and see you in the next one.